What makes people sign up for one coaching program or mastermind or online course over another when both promise similar results? Why do we buy one product over another when they both provide the same solution? And what makes us finally pull the trigger and hit that purchase now button? Well, there are many psychological triggers that marketers use in their marketing campaigns to make even the most skeptical and sophisticated buyers run to pull out their wallets. Now, there are some ethical considerations when it comes to using these marketing strategies, so I advise you to use them with caution and always think of what's best for your clients and customers. With that being said, if you applied even one of these psychological triggers we're going to cover in this video, you will double and triple the sales you make or deals you close. Ready to increase your revenue? We better get started. Hello and welcome. I'm Veronica,
the marketing director. I just want you to know that if you screw up while you're performing this video, when I'm running the equipment back there, I'm going to throw this rubber chicken at you. So I want one take.
Oh boy. Hello and welcome. I'm Veronica, the marketing director and one of the instructors here at the Pod Sound School. On this channel, you can find videos about content marketing, audio, video production, and all of the skills you need to build and grow your online business. So subscribe. If you're making content either for your business or to grow a community, it's important for you to learn about content marketing. Making and posting content without having a marketing strategy or understanding marketing principles is a common mistake that I see people make in the online space, and I made it too when I If you don't understand marketing, selling your products and services is more difficult, you won't attract customers, and you'll be just making content that goes nowhere and does nothing for your business. This is why I'm on a mission to teach you all I know about marketing. We're going to eat marketing. We're going to spread marketing all over us. We're going to inhale marketing. We're going to swim in marketing. Marketing is going to be our bestie. And today we're going to start with a fun subject, and that's marketing psychological triggers. Where does this concept of psychological triggers come from? Is this something that Veronica is making up? No, I'm not making this up. In fact, marketers use many psychological triggers in any type of content they make. This is why I decided to divide this topic into two videos because I don't want you to get too overwhelmed and I want to give you time to digest the information. The reason why these psychological triggers work is that our brains have built-in reactions that make us respond to certain situations without even thinking. Just like the knee jerks when the doctor taps it, our brain nudges us to buy when it sees certain signals. Marketers know these triggers and use them to make us feel like we just have to buy. It's not magic. It's our brain doing its thing. So let's look at the first one to see if you've been in this situation before. The first psychological trigger is reciprocity. Reciprocity occurs because our brains are wired to maintain social fairness. Reciprocity occurs because our brains are wired to maintain social fairness. There's an area of the brain that becomes activated when we perceive inequality. When someone does something for us, this imbalance makes us want to return the favor to restore balance. So when we consume somebody's content for free, videos, podcasts, or download a freebie, it primes our brains so we buy the book, mastermind, the training, or sign up for their services. This is why sometimes when we get free samples at Costco, we end up buying the product. This is also why even if we're having a terrible day, we reciprocate a smile to a stranger. Now, with reciprocity, you want to be cautious because giving too much for free can create an expectation of free value. So when it's time to present your offer to people, they may not want to pay because they are expecting you to deliver stuff for free. Also, when you create your free content, make sure that there's a path for your prospects to follow to make a purchase. Ultimately, if you don't have that in place, believe me, they'll go somewhere else to purchase what you convince them they need, but you're not selling. Okay, moving on to the second psychological trigger, commitment and consistency. Commitment and consistency means that our brains like to do the same things over and over because it's easier. Think of it as brushing your teeth every morning. At first, you had to remember to do it, but after a while, it became a habit and you do it without thinking. Our brains love habits because it means less work for them. Once we decide to do something regularly, our brains make it a routine, so we keep doing it without needing to think about it too much. This is why we keep paying for memberships we don't even use, because we created a habit. You can use commitment and consistency in your marketing in the form of a mini course, a challenge, using your social media and email list, consistently checking in with your audience or with your content. There's nothing more powerful than becoming a habit for your audience. They know that every Tuesday and Thursday they spend their commute listening to your podcast. They know that every Thursday night you go live to answer questions. This consistency and commitment on their part prime their brains for bigger commitments and bigger investment of their time and money with you. Okay, are you loving this learning? Are you taking notes? Let me know in the comments below. Psychological trigger number 3 is social proof. The amygdala is part of the brain responsible for social and emotional processing. When others approve of a product or behavior, our amygdala processes this as a positive social cue, reinforcing that behavior or choice. This is why when we are looking for a product on Amazon, we run to read the reviews to validate our purchase. This is also why it's important that you have testimonials and reviews of customers talking about your programs and the results that you help them achieve. We want assurance from our peers that the purchase we're about to make is a good purchase. So display those testimonials on your website, sales pages, checkout pages, social media, and anywhere you know potential customers will be making buying decisions. Okay, moving on to marketing psychological trigger number 4, and that is liking. Oh, the oxytocin, the love hormone, the one that makes us feel comfortable and cozy with certain people and in certain situations. Positive interactions such as bonding with someone we like can release oxytocin. This builds trust and increases the likelihood of agreeing or complying with requests from those we like. So right here, you may be creating a bond and your oxytocin levels may be high because we are having fun learning all these marketing techniques. Am I right?
Yes.
Joke aside, you see this happening all the time with influencers and people on social media. That's why Beats, the popular brand of headsets, partnered with Kim Kardashian, because she has a big following of people that buy anything she puts her name on. And I'm sure you have a few influencers and people you follow online that have inspired you to purchase stuff because you like them. So how do you make yourself more likable? If I knew the secret, I would be sharing it right here with you. But the truth is that it can be exhausting to act in a certain way so people like you more, to try to make more sales. Even the Kardashians have people who dislike them or flat out hate them and wouldn't buy not even a papa from them. So my advice to you is to be you and show up as you at all times. It's easy, and those who are meant to bond with you and to like you will. And that takes us to psychological principle number 5, authority. The prefrontal cortex is the part of the brain that evaluates trustworthiness and expertise. If it perceives someone as an expert, it's more likely to trust and follow their advice. Once you have established your authority in a subject or a field, the prefrontal cortex gets activated and boom, your customers won't think twice about investing in your offer as the only way to achieve the results they need. And if you're a new online coach, creative professional, or a service provider, and you have no idea how you can start building your authority, well, that can be done in multiple ways. One way is to get a certification on what you do, which shows that you have the authority because you completed a training and a certification process. For example, we offer a certification program for podcast and video editors. Our students are trained and certified by Steven, our in-house audio engineer and video producer with more than 20 years of experience. Another way to build your authority is by sharing your expertise by consistently sharing valuable content so your audience can have a taste of what you know. For example, we have our channel here on YouTube where we post videos every week. YouTube is a great platform to build your authority, and I think you should do it. Martita is a savage.
I'm sorry.
You can also have a podcast as part of your marketing. A podcast is great for building your authority because you have more in-depth conversations about your topic. And you can also build your authority by association because you can have guests on your podcast that are industry experts. You can effectively use these psychological triggers in your content marketing. And if you're ready to amp up your content marketing game, tap on this video. We're diving deep into the ultimate strategy that has transformed our brand. Learn how to effortlessly draw in your ideal customer, master platform repurposing, and set your content on autopilot. You're going to love this video. Don't keep your business waiting.